this side, usually?
You're on this side.
Oh, really?
I'm on your right.
Oh, okay.
This is my better side.
Oh, it's your better side? How do you know it's your better side?
I just do.
Okay. I don't know until
Actresses know what their better sides are.
I look in the mirror and I go, oh, that side looks young. That side looks old. I never remember which is which. They tell the story of John Barrymore when he was doing Richard III, and he was known as the Great Profile. And so, you know, Richard has got the hump and he's got the leg that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so when he was doing one of his soliloquies, he was going across stage with the thing, you know, now is the winter of our discontent, big glorious summer. And then he gets to the other end of the stage, and he turns around and he changed the hump of the leg, yes, because he didn't want to give the other profile. I love that. I love that.
That's a good story.
Yeah, and I love that. There's another story of Barrymore. There's a great book, if you haven't read it, called Good Night, Sweet Prince, by Gene Fowler. When I was a boy growing up in Philly and falling in love with the theater, as only an outsider can, as you know, coming from Oklahoma, with your nose pressed
against the glass. Let me in.
Let me in. Let me be part of your world. And anyway, I read Good Night, Sweet Prince, and I read Act One, the Moss Hart biography. And I realized I really wanted to be part of either Gene Fowler's group, which consisted of Gene Fowler, John Barrymore, and Errol Flynn. Those were the key people. I mean, drunk, very drunk. And Gene Fowler, who was a writer, brilliant writer, wrote a book called Good Night, Sweet Prince, which was a eulogy for Barrymore. And the stories are just wonderful. And one of the stories, and again, for younger actors, pay no attention to these evil stories. Barrymore was never sober on stage, and his Hamlet is considered by many people one of the best Hamlets ever, because it was natural. It came from a place where apparently Edwin Booth and Keane also found a natural way to act even without Stanislavski. And anyway, one night Barrymore is on stage and he's by the scene, he's very drunk and he's going, "To be or not to be." That is the question, whether 'tis nobler in the mind. So, show ends, and of course the sycophants come backstage. Oh, John, brilliant John, you were so brilliant. The suicide speech had you so existentially sick to your soul that you were vomiting.
You were physicalizing it.
Physicalizing. He was so drunk.